You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us this Tuesday evening. I'm Ken Buffa. A tentative trial date has been set in former President Trump's criminal trial, and it's in the heat of a presidential primary season. Trump made a video appearance in a Manhattan courtroom today where he threw up his hands in frustration when the judge set a trial date for March 25th. As Newsday has reported, Trump pled not guilty last month to 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. Trump is also barred from sharing any of the evidence in the case with anyone, including posting evidence on social media. The Republican taking to social media after the hearing posting, "Just had New York County Supreme Court hearing where I believe my First Amendment rights, freedom of speech, have been violated. And they forced upon us a trial date of March 25th, right in the middle of primary season. Very unfair. This is exactly what the radical left Democrats wanted. It's called election interference, and nothing like this has ever happened in our country before." Switching gears now, heartache in Nassau community tonight. A woman has died after running back into a burning Williston Park home to get her dog. Newsday TV's Steve Langford has the story.
That it's off, bud.
Middle of the night in Williston Park, and fire has devastated this 5-bedroom home off South Herrick's Road. A family of 8 was inside when the 911 call went out just after 3 a.m.
I saw the flame which went up all the way to the sky.
This woman, who lives 3 doors down, says she came outside to find the family in the streets, shoeless.
The whole life is gone. Look at what left over.
In fact, one of the family members was still trapped inside.
Police and firefighters tried to get in to find the missing woman, but the fire marshal says the blaze was too much and they had to turn back.
She's a very religious lady.
This neighbor says he's a close friend of the woman who died and her family.
It was painful, really painful for my family or even my neighbor.
It took more than 90 minutes for firefighters, 60 of them, to get control of the blaze. The 7 family members who made it out alive suffered smoke inhalation and were taken to local hospitals and listed in stable condition. The cause of the deadly fire not yet determined. Steve Langford for Newsday TV.
There's been a guilty plea from a city firefighter involved in a deadly crash on the Sunken Meadow Parkway.
You now know that as a result of your intoxication and reckless actions that night, that Anthony Mariano died as a result of his injuries, which he suffered in the crash that you caused.
Yes.
Joseph Norris admitted to drinking at a Comac strip club for 5 hours before getting behind the wheel in November of 2020. Prosecutors say the Babylon man had a blood alcohol level more than 3 times the legal limit when he drove his pickup truck the wrong way and slammed head-on into Anthony Mariano's car. The 44-year-old Kings Park teacher was killed instantly, and Norris lost both of his legs in the crash. Norris is expected to get 5 to 15 years in prison when he's sentenced in July. And immigration advocates are speaking out today after some Suffolk County lawmakers announced a proposal to block asylum seekers from coming to the county. Newsday TV's Cecilia Dowd explains.
No hate, no fear.
Immigrants are welcome here. We're proud to say that we don't want hate and fear in our community.
Immigration advocates gathered at the Suffolk legislature Tuesday morning, speaking out against a proposal to bring a lawyer to review options to block migrants from coming to Suffolk County. It has not been voted on yet.
If the only way that you're going to win, or that you choose to win, or that you need to win is by stripping away the humanity from another person, you have lost before you've even started.
A city official says New York City has not yet asked Suffolk and Nassau counties for help housing asylum seekers. The immigration advocates spoke before lawmakers, and so did those who oppose migrants coming to Suffolk County.
What's happening here is not asylum. It is not immigration. It is an invasion.
The infrastructure of Suffolk County cannot have busload after busload after busload of people that came up from the border and finding housing and finding any type of resources that they'll be needing.
There were jeers and cheers throughout the meeting, and lawmakers urged attendees to be respectful. Reporting from Smithtown, Cecilia Dowd for Newsday TV.
They gave their lives protecting New Yorkers, and now the state is honoring nearly a dozen EMS workers, including several Long Islanders, for their service and sacrifice.
These 8 people left us a legacy that we all have to uphold in our different walks of life.
An EMS Memorial dedication ceremony was held in Albany today. Among those recognized is FDNY Lieutenant Allison Russo. As Newsday has reported, the paramedic from Huntington was stabbed to death in Queens last September. In honoring our fallen heroes island-wide this Memorial Day at 6 p.m. on Monday, get ready to hear fire department, police sirens, as well as church bells. Nassau and Suffolk County officials are hoping the sounds will remind residents to stop for 1 minute and remember all those who gave their lives to protect our freedoms. And a shuttered local movie theater is getting ready to bring back summer blockbusters. South Bay Cinemas in West Babylon is preparing to reopen after a 6-year closure. That's after it received a $1.3 million renovation.
We're going to have a full service bar with a little lounge area so you can come on in, have a drink before the show. And if you want to bring it into the theater, that will be fine too. The concession stand is brand new.
South Bay Cinemas hopes to reopen June 16th. And speaking of good news, the beloved Greenport Carousel could be reopening very soon. As we reported, a restoration company has been working since last month to remove lead paint from the ride. The village mayor tells Newsday the Mitchell Park attraction could be back up and running as early as this weekend. All right, time now for a look at your Long Island weather. Tonight, it's going to be chilly with temps in the mid-40s. And tomorrow, well, looks like sun with temps near 70. So let's take a closer look at tomorrow. Shall we? Looks like sun, and so much more sun with warm temps all around.
Watch Newsday TV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say, install Newsday. Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can. Newsday Sports is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
A special graduation for some local athletes. Hofstra University celebrated some softball players with a private commencement ceremony. Jill Wagner has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Please join me in welcoming the Hofstra University graduating class of 2023.
Of course, these aren't the only Hofstra graduates of 2023, but these 4 student athletes got their own private ceremony on Monday.
Hello, class of 2023, and welcome to Hofstra University's very special softball commencement.
Nicole Mullen, Casey Collins, Angelina Iapolo, and Alia Catanzarita are part of the Hofstra softball team.
Catanzarita!
They won their conference championship this year for the first time since 2018. And that meant this past weekend when nearly 2,000 of their fellow classmates donned their caps and gowns and got their diplomas.
The 1-0 to Collins.
The women were traveling across the country, competing in the NCAA tournament.
This was amazing. A little bummer to miss out on yesterday, but this was really special, especially to have the team and all of the athletic department to be here. It was really special.
Let me just begin by saying how proud I am of you for winning the conference championship. I'm assuming this is the rest of the team here. Yes, okay.
Hofstra was eliminated in the NCAA tournament after losses to teams from Oklahoma and California. But the team and these graduates came home feeling like winners.
You are a shining example of everything that we do and that we represent.
The graduates say that in addition to the lessons that they learned in the classroom here at Hofstra, they'll also be taking with them the lessons that they learned right here on the softball field.
The amount of adversity you face, especially in this sport, like you fail 7 out of 10 times and you have to learn how to deal with that. That's like probably the biggest life lesson is how to deal with failure.
You learn so much as an athlete. I feel like I can get through anything now.
Pitcher Nicole Mullen graduated magna cum laude.
I didn't even actually know that, so that was a surprise. I found out this morning.
How proud are you of your daughter?
I'm so proud of her. I'm going to cry. I'm super proud of her.
The Hofstra pride living up to their name. Jill Wagner for Newsday TV.
Very nice for the school to do that for them. Now, for more on the softball commencement ceremony, go to Newsday.com and click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. A hometown hero is getting ready to wow the crowds at the Bethpage Air Show at Jones Beach. Bill Corbell has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Meet Long Islander David Windmiller, businessman, father, pretty much a typical suburbanite, with one huge exception. David is also one of the best aerobatic pilots in the world, and once again this year will be demonstrating his skill in the Bethpage Air Show at Jones Beach this weekend. He started flying at 14, got his pilot's license at 17, but soon tired of straight and level flying, so he took the next step.
I started competing in aerobatics very young, and then eventually made it all the way up to the top of the U.S. aerobatic system, and I made the U.S. aerobatic team. I flew the World Championship in France, in Murray, France in 2000, and that was really the highlight of my competition career. Did very well with that, and have been flying air shows since. But the basics of aerobatics really are a combination of rolls, loops, and stalls. And putting them all together and making the airplane do funky stuff is what it really is all about.
Hey, you're okay in your harness? We're gonna roll invert. Go ahead. There we go.
Seeing David do the funky stuff and actually experience it is something else again. Even something as relatively simple as inverted flight is a real eye-opener. But none of this would be possible without a very special and very strong airplane.
It was built for me custom in 1999 when I made the team. I've had the same airplane since, but it's really been a dream.
Along with David Windmiller, you'll see the Air Force Thunderbirds, the Army Golden Knights, the Sky Typers, and other breathtaking flying demonstrations. It's a great way to kick off the summer season. Get there early. For Newsday TV, I'm Bill Corbell.
And it's always a lot of fun. Now, for more on the stunt pilot and the air show, go to Newsday.com and click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. We'll leave you now with a look at your 7-day forecast.